If you're an adult child of a narcissistic parent, you are an ACON. And you have been conned into believing so many things about yourself that simply aren't true. ACONs have been programmed with certain beliefs that will run your experience. The emotions, thoughts, feelings, and how you hold that in your body will determine your actions and reactions in your life, and that programming will as well. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about going from a wounded ACON, adult children of narcissist, to a healed ICON. What does it take to become a healed ICON? Or what are some things that you can do right now to help you become that? And what's an ICON? An ICON is somebody who's independent, confident, original, and naturally you. I'm Dr. Meg Haworth, and I'm a transpersonal psychologist, holistic nutritional chef, and best-selling author of Get Well Now, Healing Yourself with Food and the Power of the Mind. I'm also the host of the Toxic Parent Recovery Summit, and I'm on faculty with the Shift Network, teaching courses with them. So what I am going to be talking about, as I said, is how to become an ICON. What does this mean? And I'm talking about becoming an ICON in your own life, somebody who's independent, confident, original, and naturally you. And it's easier said than done. It sounds good and it's wonderful when you get to that place where you feel like you've become those things. But I think one of the hardest things for us to do as ACONs is to claim our independence, to become truly independent. And one of the primary reasons was because you were programmed to do everything for the narcissistic parent. So doing things for you, like really showing up for yourself, is a foreign concept. So it's hard to become independent when you've been made to be dependent on this narcissistic parent. And even if you're railing against them and their machinations, you may still feel like you're under their control because they are masters at controlling others. They break you down bit by bit. I say narcissistic abuse happens one cut at a time, over time. And the programming, again, it's the programming to believe I'm not good enough, I never get it right. No matter what I do, I can't get it right. I am unlovable. I don't matter. If you think about the intensity of being treated in such a way that you actually believe those things, because that's what you're being shown by your own parent, you think about the damage that does. It makes it very difficult for you to claim your independence and to leave the situation. Which brings me to the trauma bond. We hear it all the time. A trauma bond isn't two people bonding over shared traumas. That's shared trauma. Or similar traumas. That's not what a trauma bond is. Trauma bond is much more serious, and it's something that narcissistic abusers do to chip away at you so that they can control you more. And so what happens in the trauma bond is that you feel like a prisoner. You feel like you're captive to the narcissistic parent. And even when you're not physically present in the home with them, you're still running the programs in your head, and those criticisms that they were leveling at you, you now level at yourself. Those feelings of unlovability, you will do things, or you may do things, I should say, that make you feel unlovable. Like you may choose people that will treat you like you're unlovable, like you're not good enough, like you don't matter. And you do that because you're accustomed to it. You're used to that kind of treatment and those kinds of energies. So claiming your independence, again, is not an easy task when you are the adult child of a narcissist. That would mean really stepping out of that programming that says you need to focus on this person, on this other person, on this parent. So if you think of that narcissistic parent as like a cult leader who has programmed you and enculturated you to believe certain things, that can be really helpful because then you'd be like, okay, now I need to deprogram. If you stay with me in this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit later about how to do some deprogramming and what that entails, or at least the methods that I use. All right, so confidence. How does one become a confident person when there was no confidence instilled in you whatsoever? When you are raised by a narcissistic parent, if you were the golden child, or at some point maybe you were the golden child and a lot of times these roles will shift and change based on what the narcissistic parent approves of or doesn't approve of. And so if you were the golden child and you had a lot of pressure put on you to show up in a way that would make the narcissistic parent look good. Ugh, it's yucky, right? You had to do things that were transactional. So you got praise, you got glory, you got stuff, you got money, you got things given to you if you did the right thing, according to that narcissistic parent. And so the better you were at something and the more supply or energy they got from that thing that you were good at, the better it kind of was for you in a way, but it also was like really awful and difficult. So that confidence that you appear to have might be a really false sense of confidence that was really fostered by that desire to get it right, that desire to please, that desire to make that narcissistic parent happy, when in fact you couldn't really do it, because even if you hit the mark, then you were told that you needed to hit a higher mark. Oh no, you can do better than that. You need to do better than that. And here that transactional kind of treatment continues. So building confidence when you have a narcissistic parent is extremely difficult to do. Now in an icon, the O stands for original. And to be originally you would think would be an easy thing. It's like, well, I just got to be myself. I just got to honor what's inside of my heart to live and do and be. But when you're raised by a narcissistic parent, you are separated from your original self. You are often separated from your own identity because the narcissistic parent saw you as an extension of them. You're like a limb. You're an arm or a leg, and they should be able to do whatever they want to with their arm or their leg, right? Well, this sets you up for all kinds of problems in your life because were separated from who you are. And so part of the journey of healing from this narcissistic abuse and becoming an icon is to figure out, who am I? Why am I here? Answering these big questions, these existential questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What's the purpose of my life? Those 3 questions will really help you get into that original you, who you were meant to be. What were the things that you were great at as a child that maybe you suppressed because your narcissistic parent was threatened by those things? And what were the things that you did that you ran off to your room to do on your own as a way to escape what was going on? And it could have been all kinds of different things. I mean, it could have been anything from working math problems to drawing or singing or playing an instrument or writing poetry or reading or getting into story. There's so many different things that you may have been good at, but you put them aside because, one, you didn't want the criticism from your narcissistic parent, so maybe you never even showed them what you could do. And 2, you didn't want to threaten your narcissistic parent or sibling, because this goes for siblings as well. So you didn't want to threaten them. So you dialed it back. You held back on your own talents, skills, and abilities. But those are the clues that really help you find that originality, that uniqueness that is uniquely you. Because there's only one you, and you owe it to yourself and to the rest of the world to find who that is and how that is. And a lot of that comes from that personal self-expression and the things that you're repressing, that you are afraid to put forth because you don't have the confidence, right? You're afraid to assert the independence that it would take to do the thing. If that thing is acting, for instance, you wanted to be an actress, but it was totally unacceptable. So you chose the family profession because that's acceptable. So you chose that profession and you gave up your dream. And in giving up your dream, you felt like you gave up a part of yourself. So this is a time to resurrect those things in yourself, to bring back those things, and know that it's not going to be easy for a lot of the reasons I've already mentioned, and for the lack of confidence, the lack of that independence, and that feeling like it's okay to bring out those parts of yourself. But it is, and you can do it at any age. Just know that. So the last letter in the acronym is N for naturally you. And becoming naturally you actually requires those things I just talked about, you claiming your independence, raising your confidence, figuring out who you originally are, your original self that you came in here to be, and just naturally being you and being that person in the world. So one of the first things that it takes is dedication. Dedication to you and to your healing process. When you make a decision, like a full-on, full-body, 100% committed kind of decision, that decision will determine what comes next. Because that decision brings the energy of yes, a full yes, brings the energy of all kinds of things that are out there just waiting to help you. So then you'll start to see the messages that are coming your way. You'll start to hear people recommend the same book 3 or 4 times, or the same movie, or a therapist, or a healing modality, or something that worked for them. So you start to have all these things come your direction. And this is where you engage your intuition. Your intuition is that part of you that just knows. It knows what's right for you. And it gets clogged up. You get separated from your intuitive self because you've been using your intuition all along, and you might be really sharp at it, but you've been using it for the negative experiences, for feeling into what's negative in the room because you were always looking for the danger. And that's how you've used your intuition, and that's how you've used your empathy. And so developing your intuition is going to be something that'll be really helpful and important for you as well, so that you can start to listen on the inside. And something you can start doing right away is meditation. And if meditation is something that you really struggle with because of the ruminating voices and the critical voices and all those things, take a class. When you meditate with a group, it completely changes the energy, and helps you to get into that energy of meditation so that you're all meditating together. It makes a giant difference, and it can help you heal chronic symptoms as well. Meditation's medicine, so know that. That's meditation. It's very important. So becoming an icon also requires that you will get help. Seeking help is so critical. Finding help that is going to really speak to your heart and soul. Finding help that is in alignment with who you are and who you're becoming, that can help you to release what you're holding in yourself and to help you get well. And when I say get well, I mean on all levels, because narcissistic abuse will affect you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and energetically. It can physically drain you to the point where you have illnesses. So it's very important to get your energy back into you, release the energies. And when I talk about releasing the energies, the method I use is whole person integration technique. It's the technique I created that helps you to release the emotional experience that you're holding in your body and in your energy field, and helping you to identify what are those thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that are holding you back from who you truly are or truly meant to be, from you being the icon in your own life, and releasing those from your body and from your field. And as you release those, now you've got this energy available to you that you didn't have before. And I see it all the time with my clients, where things that would trigger them before just aren't triggering them the way that they used to before. And they start to feel lighter and freer and more like they can embody the positive emotions that everybody wants to feel. Everybody wants to feel peace, love, joy, kindness, compassion, caring, all of those wonderful emotions, confidence, right? Feeling that you can really embrace and be excited about your authenticity, your original you. And so embodying those emotions, that's what we all want to do. But when we have all of this stuff running in our systems, the shame, the guilt, the pain, the rage, the helplessness, the hopelessness, all of those energies, the more you release those energies that are being toxic to your body and toxic to your energy field, the better you're going to feel. So know that this is incremental. Just like the abuse was incremental, that this kind of healing is also incremental, but it's rapid acting. So that's really helpful. I know this is what worked for me and why I do what I do now, is helping people to release that emotional root cause of illness and pain in the body, and that energy that could lead to illness and pain over time. So, becoming an icon is awesome. It really is. The whole process of becoming is actually a really beautiful process. The process of releasing what's on the inside that is ready to come up, that is just waiting for you to let it go so that you can embrace the you-ness, the naturally you part, is really profound and inspiring. And it doesn't have to be wildly painful. You've already been through so much pain. You're in pain every single day. If you're in depression, you're in anxiety, you're in fear, you're in hopelessness, helplessness, all of those emotions, you can let them go. You can release them through various types of somatic therapies. So if this is resonating with you and you like this video, please go ahead and like it in the comments below because it gets it out to more people. Please put comments in the comments below and let me know what you think about this video. Also, let me know what helped you and let me know what you want to hear more about because I'd really be happy to make videos for you. This one was actually made as a result of somebody who said, how do you even become an icon? So what does that mean exactly? What does it take is the question that she asks. So it takes your dedication, it takes your focus, it takes your intuition in developing that. And it also takes finding help that will assist you in releasing this energy from the field. There's so much stuff out there today. I'm so excited. 30 years ago when I started my process, there really wasn't all of the things that we have available to us today. And so just know it's really empowering. So if this, again, resonates with you, please book a free call with me. This is to see if you might want to work with me. I do see people one-on-one in my Iconic Me therapeutic coaching program. And I would love to talk to you and see if maybe we're a good fit for each other, or if there might be something else that I can recommend for you that might work better for you at whatever juncture you're at in your own healing process. So I'm Dr. Meg Haworth. I am so excited that you're here watching this video. If you watched all the way to the end, thank you. I'm so grateful for you. And I hope that this information will help you get well now.